So I get asked often, Tris, should we do cardio or should I do cardio before or after my workouts? Some people say do cardio first because it burns more fat. Others say it kills your gains. So which one is actually right? Today we're breaking down the science so you can stop guessing and start training with purpose. So here at Alchemy Fitness, we turn confusion into clarity and transform you from lead to gold. So this is an important question, and why does it matter? Because a lot of people kill their gains without even realizing it. They probably spend 20 to 30 minutes on the treadmill, then lift weights, but their energy is already gone. Or they skip cardio completely because they think it will destroy their muscle gains. The truth is, cardio timing matters, but it depends on your goals, right? Whether it's fat loss, muscle gain, athletic performance, each goal changes with the answer. All right. So when it comes to cardio before weights, it's very useful because your main goal is endurance or heart health, right? So it can also serve as a warm up. Like I recommend, do it as a warm up lightly for 5 to 10 minutes, whether it's walking, cycling, or rowing. But the problem is when you do long cardio sessions before lifting, you drain your glycogen, which is the body's main fuel for source for energy and strength training. That's what your body's made of. That's why I recommend eating carbs before you work out sometimes and after, but that's another topic, right? So when your energy is gone, your performance drops. Remember, when you're working out, you're really measuring your performance and your skills, right? So when you lift lighter weights, you do fewer reps, and over time, that means less muscle grows. That's why lifting heavy is important. But what do I know? Right? So if your goal is to build muscle or strength, do heavy cardio first can hold you back. Now, when it comes to doing cardio after weights, right? For most people, this is a better strategy. And this is what I recommend also, because your strength training requires maximum energy and focus. You want your muscles fresh when you're squatting, pressing, pulling, and lifting, right? Because like I said, these are skills and you're training for performance and measuring to get better over time. If not, you just exercising, right? So once the weights are done, cardio becomes a great tool for calorie burn and fat loss. And another thing that people miss out or they don't understand, after lifting weights, your body is already in a state where it's most likely going to tap into stored fat for energy. So doing cardio after can support the fat loss without sacrificing your strength performance, right? All right. So now if your goal is fat loss, which one would you do? Which one is better? Right? So if your goal is fat loss, the order matters, but is more so about consistency and intensity, right? I mean, pardon me, the order matters more, the order matters less than, it's really about it's about consistency and intensity, right? So the best structure is always to lift weights first because it's anaerobic, right? So it takes up less oxygen. That's another reason why too. Then cardio is more aerobic, so you're burning more. But also, the more muscles you have, actually is better for you metabolically because it burns more metabolism while actively than passively. When you do steady state cardio, you only burning right then and there, and it stops when you stops. When you strength train, it continues go. That's why you're in active repair and recovery. That's why that is recovery and rest and nutrition, pardon me, is very important when strength training because your body's in an active state of breaking down and trying to recover. All right. So the more muscle that you keep while losing fat, the higher your metabolism stays. So the priority should always be protecting your strength and training performance. That's where the transformation really um, happens. And I'm glad now with modern technology and updated research, more and more people are inclined to strength training more so than before. But I still get even from female clients or women clients that they don't want to look bulky, they don't look toned. There's no such thing as toned that's just layman's term. It's really about building muscle and losing fat. That will give you that nice sleek look that you want. But strength training really is the key. All right. So the best cardio strategy I recommend, um, it's anywhere from 10, 20 minutes, even 30 minutes on an incline with the treadmill after lifting. You can do short hit training on separate days, even low intensity cardio for recovery, right? But the cardio should support your training, not destroy it. All right. So just keep in mind that weights are like the engine and cardio just helps burn the fuels. So if you're asking me now, which is better, cardio before or after lifting, if your goal is muscle strength and body recomposition, lift first, cardio second. That's what I always tell my clients, right? But the key is really just training with more intention, and just don't go in there and think because you're sweating, you're actually doing something. The goal is really to evolve and get better in what you're doing. All right, and getting more in alignment with your body and your goals. All right. So if this helped you, put a thumbs up in the chat or in the comments below. And if you're looking for a program that will transfer you from there to go and align with your goals, click the link in the description. We'll reach out to you and see if we can work together. And if you find this useful, like, comment, and share with someone that you think that needs this. This is Alchemy Fitness signing off, where we transfer you from there to gold. Train hard, train smart, and train safe. Peace.